dear students. Let's start our today's lecture by discipline ecology of plants, animals and biogeography. Today's our lecture theme is heat as environmental factor. The plan of our today's lecture is first is general characteristics of heat, the influences of temperature on plant life, and effect of cold on plants. Purpose of today's our lecture is to form students knowledge about the influence of the heat for and plants. At first, general characteristics of heat. Temperature is an important environmental factor that determines the process occurring in plants. To characterize the temperature regime of habitat, it's necessary to take into account the heat supplied to a biological object from the environment. In this table, you can see this the parameters of the heats. In this case, such as parameters as are taken into the account. First is heat. Second is radiation regime, heat exchange, concentration of flows, body temperature, and albedo. All these are factors of the parameters of how is heat influences to the plant organism. Heat is a form of kinetic energy that can be converted into other types of energy and transferred from a hotter body to a colder one. There are three methods of heat transfer. First is radiation, second is heat exchange, and the third is convection. In this picture, you can see how the heat transferred in the environment. For example, in this case, you can see you can show the three types of heat transfers. It's the radiation, convection, and the conduction. So these are the type of the heat transfer. The influences of temperature on plant life. Most plants of temperature situated have well expressed seasonal and diurnal adaptation to the environmental temperature and their alternation of cold and warm periods. They are expressed in the thermoperiodism, seasonal or daily, changes in seasonal and daily life activity. For example, in our Kazakhstan, we have a large country which have a large land. So we have four seasons. There are spring, summer, autumn, and other. So you can see the temperature exchange in these seasons, and these seasons they are influenced to the plant adaptation, the plant life, their organism, and their other process in their organism. So in many plants of temperature and cold latitude, this is an alternation of the growing season with the period of dormancy accompanied by partial or complete death of above ground phytomasses. In nature, the affinity of plants to certain temperature condition in clearly expressed stand out. They are divided in three types. First is thermophilic plants, megathermal, or we can say heat-loving species. The second type is cryophilic plants, or we can say microthermal or cold living species. And the third type is mesothermic species, which includes the types of plants which can live in the cold temperature or in the hot temperature. In this picture, I give you the examples of these plants. The first type is typical heat-loving plants. These plants, which you see, they are love the heat, the warm temperature. For example, cucumber, rice, and the cotton. All these types of plants, they are love the heat or warm temperature. Next picture shows cold-loving plants. Cold-loving species include tundra scrubs, Lapanonica, dried partridge, grass of dry spuncta, and the other types of the success forage plants. These plants also live in the tundra, in the cold lands, cold place of our Earth's surface. So they are they can live in the cold temperature. Next types of plants, they are mesothermic species, include, if you see in this picture, meadow grasses, red clover, platenses, forests, strawberries, or other types of plants. They can live in the cold temperature or in the warm temperature. They can adaptate in this case. So they call it mesothermic species. Next is the impact of temperature is directly influenced to the plant life. So if the temperature is cold or very hot, plants, they can die. And other for the species of plants, we can have other types of adaptations by the cold. So they call it cryophytes and the psirocophs. They are these types of plants. They can live in the cold and dry habitats. Our psirocophs are plants as wet and cold habitats. So they can adaptate in this cold temperature or wet and other habitats. They can live in this case. So, dear students, I think it's enough today. Let's see at the next lesson. Thank you.